Front Range League baseball on a hot morning in the summertime on a Tuesday in Arvada, Colorado. Front Range Baseball Network Diamond Club hosting Fort Collins Foxes. Pitch one from Matthew Lighthall for Diamond Club. High and wide for ball one. Lighthall should be his first start on the season for Diamond Club. Lighthall comboed with Casey Ritchie behind the plate for Diamond Club. Pitch two. Strike there. Lighthall, pretty good heat out of the gates. Fastball coming in against Larry Haskins, the left fielder on defense for the Foxes, leads off. In the top of the first, Elijah Morales on deck for the Foxes. Pitch bounces in. Ritchie absorbs that, blocks it back out in front of the plate. Larry Haskins, the leadoff batter. Elijah Morales behind him. That's the left fielder and center fielder. Phoenix West bats third. He's the third baseman. Up with that pitch. Lighthall working pretty quickly. Matthew Eubanks will be on the mound for the Foxes. Also a guy who, from starts I've seen, works with some good pace. Hope to get some rhythm in the ball game today. Lighthall finds the zone. Good pitch from Matthew. Stays in it on a 3-2 count. Oscar Fonseca behind the plate, and Dave Bolig, the field umpire, bases. And Larry Haskins goes down with a strikeout. So Matthew Lighthall, Coach Brad Mulvaney told me he pitches at, I think it was Oakland City College. He said in Indiana. That's what I was told by Coach Mulvaney. Brought Lighthall in to help supplement the pitching staff. Diamond Club getting into the deep part of the season and trying to shore up the arms a little bit. Here's a high pop on the first pitch. That's trouble toward the left field line, and it'll drop just foul. Strike one to Elijah Morales. With Phoenix West on deck. Morales wound up on second base. That ball dropped just a couple feet foul. Shallow left field. Just beyond third base coach, pitching coach Jay O'Connor for the Foxes. Morales with speed. He was flying in case that came down fair. He was standing on second and cut right across the diamond. He does offer there. And field umpire was chatting. Nice job by Dominic Selfo, who earns the Foxes a ball. He's chatting with the umpire down the first baseline who missed the go-around. That was clearly an offer by Morales, but distraction by first base coach, player coach Dom Selfo. Beautiful work. Strike after that puts two against Morales. Center fielder on defense. Elijah takes a ball down. Battle Mountain High School in Avon, Colorado. Threw off the skis and put on the cleats. Blaze Morales working against two strikes from Lighthall. Good pitch from Matthew and a roller to short. That's a cross for the second out. Taylor McMaster at shortstop. Good start for Matthew Lighthall. Foxes, one of the top offenses. Likely the top offense. I don't have a 8-team grid of production, but if you run the math, I'm sure this is the team that's the toughest to slow down so far. And a fly ball tall to left. That thing hanging up there for a while from Phoenix West. Kai Douglas has the fly out for 3 away, and good work from Diamond Club Collegian starter Matthew Lighthall. Strikeout to Haskins, ground out to Morales, fly out to West, and it'll be the bottom of one. Tanner Gertz, Taylor McMaster, and Kai Douglas against Matthew Eubanks on the mound for the Foxes. Matthew Eubanks fires pitch one for ball one. Fox's starter Eubanks facing Tanner Gertz, top of the order for Diamond Club. Third baseman on defense, Gertz. That one in tight. Gertz scooches away. 2-0 count from Eubanks. Matthew, long look in. Deep breath, fires. Goes to the breaking ball, and that missed. Gertz has a 3-0. Eubanks keeps the count rolling with a 3-1 now. Strike first one of the first batter for Matthew. Matthew's had some extended starts this season, staying on the hill for deep innings for the Foxes, hoping for the same today. That pitch is ball four. Gertz gets quickly out of the box. Ball loose from Vinny Engel behind the plate. One bag for Gertz on the walk.
Now batting the shortstop, number 22, Taylor McMaster.
Strike one from Matthew Eubanks, opening to Taylor McMaster, all-star for Diamond Club in the game last week, 1 week ago today, or tonight. Gertz not going from first base, and strike two to McMaster. Taylor plays shortstop today. Kai Douglas next up after Gertz led off. Douglas, the left fielder. Blake Young plays center. He'll bat fourth. Fox's catcher Vinny Engel signs the next offering up from Eubanks on an 0-2, and it's a chopper to the middle. Short flip to shortstop, and it's a 4-6-3 DP. The walk is erased. Owen May at second base for the Foxes with a short-range feed to Ronan Hella, who has a 31 on his jersey. So Ronan Hella at shortstop. He's wearing 31 today. He's had 37. We were pregame told maybe number 3, but I see a 31. 3 is the consistent theme of the conversation. Two out in the bottom of the first. Big ground ball pitch there from Eubanks after the leadoff walk, and McMaster, a good hitter this season, bounces into a double play up the middle. And now Eubanks hits Kai Douglas. Douglas HBP and another runner aboard. That ball
Number 24, Blake Young.
Rolled off to the first base side. Fox is in the first base dugout. Ground level dugouts in Arvada. Diamond Club on the third base side with Brad Mulvaney coaching third. 2 outs and a runner on 1. Eubanks breaking pitch, drops into the zone, fouled out of play right side. This field, talked about around the league as you travel from park to park, as the most hitter-friendly Tougher pitcher assignment today for Matthew Lighthall for Diamond Club and Matthew Eubanks for the Foxes. Matthew versus Matthew today. Eubanks' pitch is down in the synthetic turf around home plate. Blake Young, home run derby contestant at the All-Star Spectacular in Gehring last week. He advanced all the way to the finals against Nick Bertucci. So after last night's Cal Raleigh win in MLB, we have a re-meeting of two guys from a week ago in Nebraska. Nick Bertucci won the home run derby over Blake Young. Blake, as I recall, in the final round, it went from 8 guys in a round 1 down to 4 hitters in round 2, and then the final 2, Young and Bertucci. Young didn't get any out in his final round. Bertucci blasted a shot that ended it. Eubanks' last pitch missed badly, and he follows that with a pitch down. Matthew hasn't dialed it in. Eubanks. Multi-tap on the front foot on his set for the pitcher, Eubanks, who tries to bend it. Vinny Engel liked the pitch, just didn't get Blake Young to bite at it. Second walk in the inning and a hit by pitch. A little bit of labor for Eubanks. Oldest of, what do you tell us, 6 kids. Matthew, natural, I don't know. Is it natural? I was going to say natural leader. Feels like it. Try to dig in here and lead the Foxes out of the bottom of the first. Eubanks again misses down. He spins off the mound that time. See if he goes and grooms it a little bit. He looked back at the landing spot but didn't do anything with it. When you're flying in an airplane, what he just did would be kind of like a bounce landing. Came down hard on the front side and spun off to the first base side. Eubanks again. This time he'll get the zone. Good fastball from Eubanks. Now his hat pops off. Got a lot going on for Eubanks on the hill. No runs in, but rough go. Double play ball, the big friend in the bottom of 1. Max Matusi, the DH. Swings and foul tips that into the glove of Vinny Engel. Matusi has absolute yard power in this smaller park. The 344 sign that used to be in center field is no longer there. I don't know if that was a psychological maneuver to not present the 344. The lines are tight here in right and left. Couple strikes. Jam shot to third. Phoenix West runs through it. Couple more steps to send it to Hank Smith. And traffic in the bottom of 1, but no scoreboard damage given up by the Foxes. Diamond Club and Fort Collins, 1 inning of a 9-inning ball game in the books. No score. 3 up, 3 down for the Foxes in the top of the first. They'll send their 4-batter Nick Bertucci, then Hank Smith and Owen May to the plate.
After 1 inning of play, extra joining us, Nate Cherryfield.
The Palace of Pong, the place for paddles. Ping Pong Palace, where ping pong players play ping pong and people populate pre- and post-perfect performances at the ball yard. Ping Pong Palace, positioned perfectly for our population, perpendicular to the pit, plus pleasant proximity to our pristine pond. Please, pop in for Pong. Purchase pop, popcorn, pizza, pastries. Take it from me! Ping Pong Winchester. The place for Pong is Ping Pong Palace. Ping Pong Palace, positioned perfectly for our population, perpendicular to the pit, plus pleasant proximity to our pristine pond. Please, pop in for Pong.
Ball yard baseball. Ball yard baseball.
Number 4 spot in the Foxes order is Nick Bertucci. The right fielder leads off in the second, drives one towards center, but not driven enough. Sounded like maybe a little bit toward the end of the bat off the barrel. Bertucci goes first pitch and flies out to center field. Smile on the face of lanky righty Matthew Lighthall. He's got 4 up, 4 down. Tanner Gertz brought the ball back over to him, and smile on the face of Lighthall. He misses in. I was climbing fences, getting things set up for the broadcast. Did not get a chance to talk to Lighthall before the start. I don't know if he's been throwing this summer, but he's throwing very well today as he steps in for the Diamond Club Collegians. Lefty Hank Smith, first baseman on defense. Smith takes up. Should be a 2-0 count to Smith, who watches breaking pitch. Lighthall goes to the off speed to get on the strike side of the count. Now a foul off with Smith checking the swing and shooting that the other way into the backstop on the third base side. Luis Lepe, pitcher and often a courtesy runner for the Collegians of Diamond Club, trots out to get it. Hank Smith requests time at the plate, gets it. 2 strikes facing him. Lighthall was walking away to get the throw around the horn on the strikeout. I thought that looked pretty good. Don't know where that one missed. No hesitation from Hank Smith. He headed down to first. I thought he was leaving back to the first base dugout. I thought he knew he had taken one that was too good, but works out in Hank's favor. So he saw it well, whatever the miss was. Hank read it right. Strike opens the count to Owen May, first runner of the game. Lighthall into the stretch. Owen May, bat low, down across his shoulder, elevates it, swings, and jams it off the handle, foul tip. That one rattles the home plate camera. Only got one up today, Owen. Let's don't snipe that. Pick throw over to first. Smith dives back. There is strike 3, and Owen May walks away pretty quickly. He didn't question that for long. He missed the read on that pitch down through the bottom of the zone. Nicely done after the walk. Good answer by Matthew Lighthall for Diamond Club. I think Brad Mulvaney and the group over in the third base dugout are already probably passing the hat to gather up whatever they can to convince Lighthall to continue throughout the rest of the Front Range League season. He's dialed in the first 2 frames against the Foxes. Vinny Engel takes for a ball. Now 2 balls to Vinny Engel. The catcher for the Foxes, batting number 7. Drew Oreskes, DH, batting 8th. Pick again to first, back safely. With Oreskes batting 8th, he's on deck. The lefty, DH, and Ronan Hella, the shortstop, bats 9. Bounce the pitch in. Engel stays off of that and has command of the count. Lighthall trying to stay in it. That's way in. Ball's live. It did not hit Engel, but everybody going one base. Hank Smith moves up to second, Angle to first on the walk. 2 walks in the inning now.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 33, Drew Oreskes.
A similar jam in this inning to what Eubanks faced in the bottom of 1 and now ball 1. Number 8 batter Oreskes. Two walks and a hit by pitch in the bottom of the first for Eubanks. Now 2 walks in the top of the second for Lighthall. Gets a swing on an off-speed pitch. A little shape to that pitch. Got Oreskes swinging through it. Back through the middle. That's probably going to bring one in. Barehand pickup in center. Here comes a throw. Runner is held. Good call there by Jay O'Connor to hold up Hank Smith. Nice play in center field. Urgency from Blake Young. And this grass has been freshly mowed.
Number 31, Ronan Hella.
The infield and the outfield look like they've been mowed maybe within the last 38 minutes. This is as short of a surface as we've seen around the Front Range League. A lot of fields have been chewing up balls on the ground, grass, putting a parachute, brakes on baseballs. That one rolled out quickly. Young charging it, barehand pickup in center, made a beautiful throw. It was right across the middle of the mound toward home. Held up at third. Foxes don't get that first run in. Ronan Hella now has that task. Single from Oreskes. First hit for the Foxes. Casey Ritchie working behind the plate. Pulling that pitch in. Foxes have them everywhere with 2 outs. Hella. Ritchie tried to bottom feed that. Did not get the favorable decision. Ball. And a 2-1 count to Hella. There's that outside edge again. Ritchie receiving that pitch well behind the plate. Casey. Good glove work. Casey out of Columbine High School. Clark College in Vancouver, Washington, where he's headed. There's a swing. Ritchie will step on home plate. Drop third, strike, bases full. There's a force everywhere. So on the drop third, the catcher can just step on home plate to force out the advancing runner on a drop third strike. Good job by Matthew Lighthall. He walks a pair, gives up a single. Credit to Blake Young defensively in center field on that aggressive charge and pickup. Keeps a run off the board, keeps the score at 0 to the bottom of 2 for the 6, 7, and 8 for Diamond Club. Cale Corridon, Mac Dawsey, and Brock Mulvaney. Casey Ritchie bats in the 9 spot if anybody can get aboard. Second baseman Cale Corridon, right-handed batter, has one bend over his white helmet. Corridon bails down for ball one. Mac Dawsey, the on-deck batter. Right fielder Dawsey, Brock Mulvaney at first base, Casey Ritchie at catcher. Ball hit hard and will hook foul. Eubanks watches it tuck down into the trees in the left field corner. That was a near miss for Cale Corridon, who's got a big smile on his face. Cale ripped that down the left field line and hooked it foul of the pole. Nick Bertucci hit a ball here a few weeks ago. Front Range League Home Run Derby champ. Fox's single-season home run record holder last year, Bertucci. He hit one that bounced up to the front doors of the school, the back doors or whatever that is, over to the commons area. That's all the way across the drive, that kind of small parking area, paved area. It's on the northeast side of the school. Bertucci hit one over the trees, bounced on the pavement out there, ended up at the doors of the school. That last shot from Corridon that was foul, just tucked over the fence. Now he's going to chop it to Hopper to shortstop. Hella makes the play, one away. So a near miss for Corridon, and then a ground out, first out of the bottom of two. Mac Dawsey greets catcher Vinny Engel. Dawsey playing right field today. He's a catcher, though. He knows the traditions and customs of working around the plate. Eubanks in tight on the first pitch for a ball. Foxes in the standings. Their win percentage, .889. That's really no other great poetic word than redonk. 24-3 record, 24 wins in 27 games. There are only 3 losses, all to the Boulder 64s. Eubanks misses again, and Dawsey's in the driver's seat in the count. Fox is 3.5 games ahead of the Boulder 64s in the standings. Matthew Eubanks near miss on the inside part of the plate. It's a 2-1 count. One of those earlier pitches called a strike. I missed it. That's a ball in right there that turns it to a 2-1. Breaking pitch, stayed inside, couldn't wrap that to the zone. It's a 3-1 count to Mac Dawsey. Diamond Club running just a tick ahead. They're a half game ahead of the Greeley Grays and a game and a half ahead of the Colorado Springs Miracles. Strike there goes to full on the count to Dawsey. Miracles will be at Boulder tonight. Those two teams played in Colorado Springs last night. I was there for that one. And Miracles hung around, had that game 9-6 past the midway point. But then, as the 64s do, their offense exploded, hung up a 7 spot and run ruled in the 8th inning. Down on the pitch. Engel liked it. Gives his pitcher some props on a ball 4 call. One out, one aboard. Dawsey reaches. That's the third base runner of the game for Diamond Club. Vinny behind the plate for the Foxes liked his own work there. He liked the pitch and he liked the way he received it. He did not pick up the call. Now a strike comes up against Brock Mulvaney, the lefty. Mulvaney at the plate. Eubanks From the stretch, hands above the belt in the set position. Angle holds on to that behind the plate, bouncing pitch at the back point of home plate. Synthetic turf circle here. The plate here is pretty well embedded. Sometimes on these synthetics, you see the plate sit up a little bit with a lip on it above the synthetic surface. This one seems to play pretty smoothly. It was installed well. Kudos to the installation crew. Mulvaney batting number 8 today, plays first base. Low hands for the lefty as he stirs the pot before the pitch, and that's out. So Eubanks with the lefty here having a little trouble finding it. Foxes want to see Matthew Eubanks tally some innings today. No bullpen action either side of the field right now. Trying to stay in this count. Mulvaney reaches for that. Going to see if we can get a chin strap for Eubanks between innings. Keep his hat on. That flopped off. I think he's showing off the flow, actually. Matthew's got a full presentation. Just trying to show off a little hairstyle. 3-2 and a full count here. Does Dossie take off on a 1-out full count pitch? He does go. Dossie on the run, swinging a strikeout, down on the slide, and in safely goes Mac Dossie. Stolen base on the strikeout to Mulvaney, 2 away. Elevated pitch from Matthew Eubanks on 3-2, and Mulvaney swings through it.
Now batting for the Collegians, the catcher, number 18, Casey Ritchie.
9 spot in the order. Catcher up. Diamond Club looking for the first run of the game. Scoreless right now with the Foxes. We'll keep a stat tracker, a hat tracker. That's at least the 3rd hat blow off for Eubanks. Tanner Gertz on deck. Top of the order. Gertz walked in the bottom of 1. Would love to hit again in the bottom of 2. Back-to-back frames. Eubanks comes set. Big lead for Dossie. Eubanks never looked back. There's a wild pitch. Angle couldn't keep that up front. Dossie's going to go for it. And here's the first run of the ball game. Mac Dossie was big with the lead, aggressive, and with him running that wild pitch, stolen base to 3rd, and the WP walk, stolen base, wild pitch. And Diamond Club has the first run of the game. 1-0 Diamond Club Collegians. Casey Ritchie bailed out of the box when he saw Dossie keep on going around 3rd. Now a pitch down and away, and Ritchie to a 2-1 count. Eubanks is finishing with his chest, his head, shoulders facing over to first base. Kind of spinning out of his pitches. He's back in the full windup. The bases clear after Dossie scored the first run of the game. Working to keep the count alive against Ritchie, and he finds the zone. Fills up the count now, 3-2. Spin out finishes on the backside of the delivery for Eubanks, and he's pulled some pitches down into the left side batter's box. Here's a 3-2. Ritchie sends that to right. Bertucci retreats and circles and then settles. And 9 batters through 2 innings for the Diamond Club Collegians. Walk in the inning turns into the first run of the game through 2 of a 9-inning scheduled contest. Diamond Club 1, Foxes 0. Both teams will be on the top of the order in the 3rd inning. When the Collegians come back around, Tanner Gertz will have it. But for the Foxes in the top of the 3rd, it's Larry Haskins, Elijah Morales, and Phoenix West. Third inning of work for Matthew Lighthall on the mound for Diamond Club. Pitch 1 to the top of the order again, as it's a strike to Larry Haskins. Haskins struck out to start the game for the Foxes. Down goes that pitch, bouncing and clanging off of Casey Ritchie, who scooted around behind Haskins. Fouled off. Lighthall takes charge of the count. 1-2. Jay O'Connor just headed around to third base, hoping for traffic this inning. Starts over at first, where Fox's left-handed pitcher, Dominic Selfo, coaching first, would hope to get a visit from Larry Haskins. Speaking of Larry's, head coach for the Foxes, Larry McCann, leads the Foxes into Arvada today. Hot one-hop shot to shortstop. Good pick from Brock Mulvaney at first base. A backhand dig of the Taylor McMaster throw. Taylor made a nice play. That ball was barreled hard at shortstop. One hop. Came in hot to McMaster. And even with the speed of that ball through the infield, speed from Larry Haskins made that play close. If there's any mishandle from Mulvaney, first guy's aboard. Brock made a good pick on it was a shallow backhand pick. It wasn't a big reach for him. It was kind of a tight arm glove for the right-handed throwing. Mulvaney was out toward the outfield side, but it wasn't like a reach pick. It was kind of that mid-range. Good play. Elijah Morales skies this toward right center, and last couple steps over for Blake Young. The center fielder makes the catch. 2 out.
Now batting the third baseman, number 9, Phoenix West.
I was delinquent, obviously, in my bug duties. Just got that updated. Current now with 2 out in the top of the third on a ground out and a fly out. Phoenix West. Right in the thick of the Foxes' order. A good pitch, outer edge, strike 1 to West. Phoenix checks in with plate umpire Oscar Fonseca on where the edge is, hoping that was it. Ooh, nice pitch inside. Lighthall might have gotten a little something on the outside, and he didn't get any help on the inside. 1-1 count. All balances out. Down the middle, but below the zone. 2-1 the count. West ready for it from Lighthall, but he's a little late on that, and he sprays it foul left side. 2 strikes up against Phoenix now. Pitch from the big righty is a strike 3 as West turns and walks away, accepting his fate, looking on the inside part of the plate. Lighthall pumping it 3 up, 3 down. He's done that twice against the top of the order. The first inning and the third inning, it's 3 up, 3 down against Haskins, Morales, and West. Second inning, he faced 6 batters, 2 walks in the inning. No runs allowed through 3 from 6'4" righty Matthew Lighthall. Pitched with slammers during his club days. And Lighthall's through 3 against the top offense in the Front Range League. Back comes Matthew Eubanks. He's also faced 9 batters through 2. Eubanks has the top for the Collegians: Gertz, McMaster, and Douglas.
That strike brought to you by Local Union 247365. We like strikes. Ridge Road means we're almost home.
Gertz.
Beautiful selection of mid-inning music with Journey. Party really is operated by Nathan. There's everybody else is just a side note. Good tune. Don't Stop Believing in the third inning. Trying to keep the hopes up with the 1-0 lead in what would be a titanic upset in the Front Range League. Diamond Club's played some good ball this year. They've got talent. They're young. They've got a little more veteran arm on the hill today. Tell you more about Matthew Lighthall, but we look at Matthew Eubanks first. Tanner Gertz drew a walk to open the bottom of the first and was doubled off up the middle on a ground ball from Taylor McMaster. McMaster on deck. Very good bat in the lineup for Diamond Club is next up. McMaster's just been really good this year. Kai Douglas, Blake Young behind him, Max Matusi. Good opportunity for Diamond Club in the bottom of the third. Eubanks pitch missed, and Gertz is 0 for 0 on the day with on base 2 times. Leadoff guy drawing walks.
Now batting for the Collegians shortstop, number 22, Taylor McMaster.
So Matthew Eubanks again with traffic. He's had traffic every inning. Leadoff man is aboard. Ball 1 to McMaster. Eubanks pitch. He tied up McMaster, who got stuck in the swing, did go around on it. 1-1. Fire a throw down to Gertz at first. Hank Smith, slick glove work over there. Makes the catch with his back to the infield, facing toward the dugout side. And sweeping tag behind his back was pretty well placed. Gertz back safely. Eubanks. Big 6'4" righty Eubanks. He shoots one here. McMaster through the right side and rounding going to third is Gertz. Bertucci will lob it in behind him to the middle of the infield. And runners are at the corners for Diamond Club on a shot single through the right side by Taylor McMaster.
Now batting for Diamond Club left fielder, number 12, Kai Douglas.
Number 3 batter with nobody out and 2 on, Kai Douglas. A lot of ways to make the lead at least 2-0, and that's going to be the easiest way possible. Wild pitch. First base side of the plate way wide. Runners both move up. McMaster to second. 2 runs in now for Diamond Club. Gertz scoring. Douglas takes a strike, upper part of the zone, right down the middle. That's up the middle and through. Runner coming around McMaster, and this time the pickup try in center field by Elijah Morales couldn't get it cleanly. Probably didn't have a great shot at McMaster anyway, who runs well. He was going to score. No error on that play. Just a single that moves McMaster 2 bases to the plate and 3 runs now across for Diamond Club. 3-0. Diamond Club Collegians in the lead. Kai Douglas delivers a smooth swing single RBI. Douglas on base both times. Hit by pitch in the first, single in the third. Blake Young, number 4 batter, center fielder Young. Upright bat, pitch from Eubanks. Breaking ball outside the zone. Strike to Young. Fox is looking for the first out of the bottom of the third. Eubanks pitch. Good pitch on the outside part of the zone. There's the 4th hat blowout for Matthew. He picks it back up, fouled away right side, up toward the street by Blake Young. Strike is called. Young is out on a K. Backwards by Eubanks. First out of the bottom of the third.
Now batting for the Collegians, the designated hitter, number 44, Max Matuzzi.
Breaking ball stays above the zone. Max Matuzzi grounded out to third base his first time at the plate. That was the last out of the first inning. Matuzzi batting in the number 5 position in the order. Ground out ended the first and left a runner, actually 2 runners out there for Diamond Club. Matuzzi scoops that foul right side. In the second inning, they left nobody stranded. The only runner who reached that inning by a walk was Mac Dossie. Stolen base to second. He was stealing third, and a wild pitch was thrown, and he came all the way around. Having started that delivery from second base, Dossie scored. Now 2 more in, 1 aboard, 1 out for Max Matuzzi. Offers at that breaking pitch that leaves the zone, and Matuzzi swings through thin air. 1-2 count to Diamond Club's DH. Hat blowout number 5, ball 2-2. Not a bad pitch from Eubanks. Angle thought about snapping a throw back to first base. Little back pick to 1. Kai Douglas hurried back, and there's a pitch down the middle. Matuzzi taps the plate and turns and walks away. Didn't pull the trigger on one that was centered up. Eubanks probably kind of surprised him with the pitch. He might have been looking for something different there, and that fastball was right through the middle. Cale Corridon, second baseman for the Collegians, batting number 6. He grounded out to short to lead off the second inning. He bats again in the third. Back-to-back innings at the plate for Corridon. He's the first Diamond Club player to pull that off today with the back-to-back inning appearances at the plate, leading off the second, and he's hoping not closing out the third. 2 outs. Walk, single, single. The second single from Kai Douglas was an RBI producer after Gertz had scored on a wild pitch. Then he drove in McMaster. Matthew Eubanks rallies with 2 strikeouts. Big breaking ball. Throws the more of the 12-6 curveball there for a ball above the zone. Corridon saw Kale in the dugout pregame today. Said he's feeling good, enjoying the summer. Everything holding up pretty well. Try it again on the breaking ball, and it misses again. Similar spot, a little more inside on that one. Just getting, I'd say, probably in it and maybe just to the back of the dog days. Not quite through the dog days of the 2-month grind for the Front Range League. Standings taking shape. Final 4 teams will move on August 2 and 3. There's a swing and a miss for Corridon. Top 4 go to the championship sequence in City Park, Fort Collins. Single elimination format. There's 2 divisions in the Front Range League. Right now, Western Nebraska Pioneers would be the 2 seed in their division behind these Fort Collins Foxes. The Boulder 64s would be the 1 seed on the opposite side, with Pueblo Spradley Collegians the 2. Half a dozen hat blowouts for Eubanks. I should have been charting what he gets when his hat comes off, what his ball and strike count is. Got a foul off there. I know he's had a couple. I think it's 6 blowouts. He's at least 50% strike rate on those. Might not be a bad strategy for Eubanks. Might have the same piece of gum still that he started the game with. Matthew works it, sets into the set position, hands above the belt, fires, and gets it through Cale Corridon's swing. 3 strikeouts consecutively to end the frame. Lets me again go off. That's not striking out the side. Come on now. 3 guys reached before that. 2 scored, but nice rally by Eubanks on the mound. After the 2 runs come in, he strands Douglas at first base with strikeouts of the 4 batter, Blake Young, then Max Matusi and Cale Corridon. 2 more for Diamond Club. They're up 3-0 after 3 frames at Nate Journey Field in Arvada on a morning get going for Diamond Club and Fort Collins, with a busy day of Front Range League baseball flowing behind this game. This is the opener of today. Good one going so far. Back comes Matthew Lighthall, 4th inning of work for Lighthall for Diamond Club.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's supposed to be hard.
Always
Bobby,
involved.
if it wasn't
Killing
hard,
me.
you
Everyone
can't
would
steal
do
second
base.
The
and
hard
keep your foot
is what
on
makes
first.
it great.
You want to have a catch, Smalls?
This is a test of the emergency alert system. Run! This has been a test of the emergency alert system. In the event of an actual emergency, you're probably cooked.
Ball-yard baseball. Ball-yard baseball.
Nick Bertucci swinging at pitch 1, fouled out of play right side. 0-1 count to the number 4 batter for the Foxes, Nick Bertucci. Matthew Lighthall, second pitch to Bertucci. Outer side of the zone. Bertucci fouls it away again. So Matthew Lighthall on his way to Oakland City University in Oakland City, Indiana. I lived in Indiana for 3 years. I had to look that up. Small town, a little over a couple thousand people. Ball up to Bertucci, 1-2 count. It is near Evansville, the extreme southern tip of the state, Evansville on the river, and just a little north of there is Oakland City, near the Hoosier National Forest. It's the southwest part of the state where Oakland City is at. Baseball program last year, the Mighty Oaks of Oakland City in NAIA. Bertucci, big hack from Nick. He wanted all that one. He got underneath it. That is a nosebleed pop-up at shortstop way up in the sky. Bertucci's out to shortstop. Taylor McMaster, who had time to have a snack and clip his fingernails while that thing was above his head. Oakland City University Mighty Oaks went 40-17 as a baseball program last year. 20-3 in conference. Hank Smith sends that to left. That's over the head in left and bouncing over the left field fence. Left fielder Kai Douglas. That was a shot from Hank Smith that fooled Douglas, got on him quickly, and it bounces over the left field wall. Ground rule double. Runner on 2 with 1 out. First out of Bertucci, a big one for Lighthall, who's got runner at 2 now, and Smith, who got into that pitch, and now a good hack driven by Owen May. It's going to center. That is going over the wall. 2-run shot from Owen May. The Foxes get on the board, reduce their deficit to 3-2. Home run for May after the ground rule double from Smith. Barrels from the Foxes.
Now batting the catcher, number 10, Vinny Engel.
In the 4th inning, the Foxes break the 0 with 1 out. Vinny Engel inside and up, ball 1. Oakland City Oaks went to the NCCAA National Tournament. This past spring. Angle, another big miss for a ball. National Christian College Athletic Association, the NCCAA. Oakland City lost to Concordia of Michigan. There's a shot towards short, gloved by McMaster. Line out to short. McMaster has made both outs in the inning. Pop out and a line out from Angle. 2 out, 2 runs in.
Hitter number 33, Drew Oreskes.
That's where Lighthall, the pitcher, will be at, from what I'm told by Brad Mulvaney with Diamond Club. Quality program in the small college ball, small town of a couple thousand. Cool opportunity for Matthew Lighthall, throwing a good game here. He's got 2 runs against in this inning. And another base hit. Drew Oreskes sends it back through the middle. Oreskes has his second hit, 2 singles for Drew out of the number 8 spot for the Foxes.
Now batting the shortstop, number 31, Ronan Hella.
On to the number 9 spot in the order with the top, Larry Haskins on deck. Haskins 0 for 2. He'd love to hit here with what is currently a 1-run deficit. Ronan Hella takes a ball. Casey Ritchie, the catcher, liked it, left it there an extra second or 2. Hella, the shortstop, struck out his first time against Lighthall. Now takes up and in. 2-ball count. Pitcher Matthew Lighthall, 2021 grad out of Chatfield High School in Littleton, Colorado. Played at South Mountain CC. He was 6'4" then. He might have grown a little more. He looks a little above the 6'4" mark on the hill here at Nate Journey Field. Spent 3 seasons at South Mountain CC in Arizona. Gets a swing and a miss from Hella. Gets another swing and miss from Hella on an off-speed pitch that had him waving. Lighthall tries to close the Fox's effort here. There's a tapper in front of the mound. Lighthall dirts the throw, and that eats up Brock Mulvaney. Good block by Brock to keep any further movement there. He blocks it with his body, just kind of gave up on the glove, hoped it would end up there. It hit him in the midsection. Lighthall had the pitch he wanted to end the inning. Error on the pitcher keeps the inning alive. Lighthall's got to dig in here. He's got to face the top of the order now. Inning could have closed. And had that have happened, it would have then set up the third time that the top of the order would have let off in the game, the first, third, and fifth. But the error instead sends top of the order Haskins to the plate in the top of 4. Ball above the zone. A little bit of blockage toward the bullpen area, but I don't see any work for Diamond Club in their pen. None for the Foxes also. Both starters being looked at as continuers into bottom of 4 for Eubanks for the Foxes, and Matthew Lighthall trying to get to the 5th, closing here on the top of the 4th. Got the inside strike to Haskins. Haskins fouls that away toward the road, up over the first base dugout, right field side. Couple strikes against Haskins. He missed wide. Runners on the move, and again sent away to the right side. Three-two score. Diamond Club still has the lead, trying to hold on to it here. And a full count pitch misses wide. Haskins walks, bases fill for Elijah Morales for the Foxes.
That ball brought to you by Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Mound visit, first time we've seen a pitcher visited by either coaching staff today. It's Tyler Novotny, the assistant coach, with Brad Mulvaney for Diamond Club. Novotny out to talk with starter Matthew Lighthall, who is trying to close out a 4th frame of work. First damage on the scoreboard in this inning, the 2 runs. Pop out opened the inning against Nick Bertucci, the 4-batter, dangerous Bertucci. Good first out by Lighthall, but then the ground rule double from Hank Smith to left on a rocket shot. And a home run followed that from Owen May, 2-run blast. Vinny Engel lined out to short, and then it's single error walk. Lighthall's pitch down, and a good block by Ritchie. Ball 1 to Elijah Morales. Ritchie holds the runner back. Drew Oreskes at third. Not one of the speedy Foxes, but we've seen wild pitches here that get to the backstop. Typically are scoring problems for pitchers and catchers. Again, Ritchie keeps it in front on a Pitch down. Lighthall steps off to the side of the mound, first base side. Runs his fingers through the dirt. A little reset. He's behind 2-0. Lighthall in this count. Doesn't want to fall further behind with Morales, and he does. Goes upstairs, 3-0. Now he's got to come to the zone. Elijah Morales knows it. Phoenix West next. This is the 8th batter of the inning for the Foxes. Got a strike through. Morales offered nothing at that. That was up, and back-to-back walks. Morales RBI on his free pass, and the score is tied at 3-3 with a 3-run frame so far for the Foxes in the top 4. Defense trying to pep Matthew Lighthall through this inning, ready to help him with something on the ground. Phoenix West has had the power swing this year. He's going to go first pitch. Nice play by Mulvaney at first on a backhand play. That ball was headed toward right field. 2 runs would have come in, and Brock Mulvaney denies. The wingspan of Mulvaney, long reach, shuts down the 4. 3 runs for the Foxes, evens the score at 3, but they leave them loaded on a nice defensive play. Unassisted putout for Mulvaney is the 3rd, and 9 batters to the plate for the Foxes in the 4th. They've evened it up. Diamond Club the answer. They'll try to come at it with 7, 8, and 9. Dossie, Mulvaney, and Ritchie. Pitching change for the Foxes going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Matthew Eubanks goes 3 as the starter, the righty now, the lefty. Dominic Selfo opens the bottom of the 4th with Dossie, the 7 batter in the order for Diamond Club. Fires ball 1 down. Dom Selfo was coaching first base earlier in the game. Now he's on the hill, and a second pitch to Dossie sends that right back through the box. Mac Dossie on base each time. This a single, a walk in the 3rd, and he scored the first run of the game. He's back aboard. Dossie, good swing, opens the bottom of 4. Always good to see the lefty Dom Selfo throw. Enjoy watching Dom pitch. And always the special VIP greeting to Grandma Shelfo, who uses the Shelfo pronunciation. Dominic said he goes with Selfo. One of the family's been in heavy arbitration and intervention regarding getting that dialed just right. I'm kidding. Mulvaney, the lefty, knocks that to the right side. It bounces off the glove and back into the glove of Owen May, who makes the play, working toward first base. Tough spot there at the back lip of the grass. It came up a little bit on May. He can't get the front side runner. Dossie over to second. Ground ball out for Mulvaney.
Now batting, the catcher, number 18, Casey Ritchie.
Go ahead run. Reestablish the lead for Diamond Club is at second base. Catcher Casey Ritchie up. I do see something over in the bullpen behind the shed for Diamond Club. Got a little bit of action in the bullpen. We'll see if Matthew Lighthall goes into the fifth or if Diamond Club's heating that up quickly to make the change next time they go out. Casey Ritchie flew out to right fielder Nick Bertucci in the second inning, his second plate appearance now, and he'll take a strike from Selfo. Dom's pitch is lobbed and will get down foul down the first base side. That was hovering above Hank Smith, who had no chance to get there. That ball dropping in, it just tailed a few feet foul down the right field side. So back comes Casey Ritchie. Vinny Angle stood his bat on home plate for him. 1-2 count with one away. Ritchie to a 2-2 count. Tanner Gertz on deck, top of the order for Diamond Club. Pitch to Ritchie is a breaking ball that worked just off of the inside edge, and Selfo nearly had the bending K of Diamond Club's catcher. Full count now to Casey Ritchie. I don't think Dossie's going to go anywhere. He's extending the lead, but he'll stay at 2 for this pitch that's strike 3. Got the inside part that time. Ritchie is out, 2 away.
Now batting the third baseman, number 2, Tanner Gertz.
Top of the order has a chance to deliver a lead back on the scoreboard. Selfo, a couple looks back to second base, down for a ball to Gertz. Again, the long set from Selfo. Chopper, Gertz sends it to short. Hella reaches back to make that pick on the last hop, gets it to Hank Smith, and out go the Diamond Club Collegians. Ground ball to shortstop. Hella, third out. 4 innings now completed, and we're tied. 3-3, Foxes and Diamond Club. Moving to the 5th inning for Diamond Club. It is Matthew Lighthall headed back to the mound for the Diamond Club Collegians in a 3-3 game, 5th inning of a 9-inning ball game. No swing from Nick Bertucci on pitch 1 from Matthew Lighthall, facing the number 4 batter for the third time. A fly out to center, a pop out to short for Bertucci. That pitch barely missed to Nick. 2-0 count. Now 2-1 count to Nick Bertucci. Bertucci had a 354 average into today, 354 on the year. Slugging 732. Elijah Einen, who has departed the Foxes for the summer, retiring from the game due to chronic shoulder issues and heading off to get into firefighting after doubling in the 9th inning of the All-Star game in his last at-bat in baseball. Elijah Einen sailed off into the sunset or the night sky in Gering, Nebraska on a late-night finish. And a nice post-game celebration with Elijah of a cool moment, doubling his final AB. He had an .813 slugging percentage for the Foxes. That was a team best. Nick Bertucci at .732, second highest slugging mark for a Foxes player on the season. Bertucci with 9 home runs, by far the team lead. 33 RBI. Einen had 38. Bertucci on a 3-2, and he got under that again. This is above shortstop. McMaster staring into the skies, and he catches out number 1. Second pop-up to shortstop today for Bertucci, and Hank Smith walk and a double in this game. Hank batting .432 on the year. That was charted into today as the third best batting average. Ryan Vandiver at .468. Einen was at .507 before his departure at the All-Star break. Hank Smith, .432 on the year. 5 doubles, make it 6 now with his ground rule double today. A triple, couple home runs for Hank on the year in the Wood Bat League, Front Range League, first year of this collegiate summer 8-team gathering along the Front Range of Colorado and up into Nebraska. Lighthall's pitch. That's in the zone. Talked about South Mountain CC in Arizona for Lighthall. Came out of Chatfield High. Good pitch there. Hank Smith token bat check at it. Realized that was going to hit the zone. 3-2 the count now with Lighthall working his way back into it with 1 out. And got the outer edge. Hank Smith thought he might have ball 4, but he gets rung up on an outer edge strike. 2 down. In a profile of Matthew Lighthall, he said of himself, he throws ball 1 to Owen May. May, 2-run jack last inning, shot 1 out. Get the first runs of the game for the Foxes. Lighthall down and bounces in on that pitch. Matthew said of himself a few years ago, hardworking on and off the field. Overcome many setbacks already in my young life, made me stronger. Said he pushes himself to not be better than his teammates or competition, but to be better than himself the previous day. Student of the game. May barrels one foul left side. Matthew Lighthall said he fell behind academically early in his high school years, but worked in the classroom to improve. Balancing himself out as a student athlete and getting ready to head to Oakland City University in Indiana. Congratulations to Matthew on the 4-year finish after 3 years at South Mountain Community College. May down the right side. That one along the line. Long run. It's going to drop down foul. Right fielder Mac Dossie was on the move. That ball hovering over the line for a while, and then it worked its way into foul grass. May comes back with 2 outs. Lighthall's pitch to May. Reaches and taps it foul. On the leaning rail, third base side, Max Matusi reaches over, grabs it, and tosses it back out to Lighthall, who Brad Mulvaney told me was fine with Matt or Matthew. Been going with the full formal today in my references. Matthew Lighthall sending another 2-out pitch, trying to finish off Owen May, and he jerked that wide, first base side of the plate. And he missed up and walked Owen May with 2 outs. Good at bat for May. Stayed around a while. Earns himself first base. Handful of foul offs. May is aboard. Owen offensively on the year, hitting .393 before today. He's 1 for 2, so he's pushed that mark up a little bit. Strikeout and a walk, home run. Of course, the walk doesn't count as an at-bat, so he's 1 for 2 with the home run and the strikeout in that category, and the at-bats logged. 2 RBI for Owen May today. Gives him over 30 on the year now. Vinny Angle swings and got fooled on that pitch that finished down at the plate. Drew Oreskes on deck. He's 2 for 2 today. Angle 0 for 1 with a walk and a line out to short. Sends this to right. Dossie has to speed up his run and gets there. Dossie making a few adjustments mid-flight of that ball, and Mack runs it down. Nice play in right field. Made it happen. The route might have been a little jagged, but the out was the key, and the Collegians hold off the Foxes again in the 5th. Of the 5 innings played, 4 scoreless frames for the powerful offense of Fort Collins. Credit to the Diamond Club defense, plays like that, keeping things tight, and credit to Matthew Lighthall, who has worked 5 very good frames against the Foxes. We're 3-3 into the bottom of the 5th, and it's the number 2 batter, Taylor McMaster, Kai Douglas, and Blake Young coming to the plate in the bottom of the 5th. Ball one from Dom Selfo opens the Foxes defense into the bottom of the fifth, playing in a 3-3 tie. Down with that, McMaster single and a double play ground ball, 1 for 2 on the day. There's a strike from Dom Selfo, lefty working his second inning of the day. For Selfo, his 9th appearance on the season, with the Foxes playing their 28th game. So just about 1/3 of the contest, 1 of every 3. Selfo, the lefty, has appeared. He's been an effective left-handed option for Larry McCann and Jay O'Connor, coaching staff for the Foxes. Prior to today's appearance, 19 1/3 inning. 1/3 inning, the 19 1/3 for Selfo in 8 previous appearances, 3 starts on the year for Dom. This ball, one hopped, it'll get through at second base. Base hit, backhand try by Owen May. Had a shot to flag that down on a backhand. McMaster punches it through with enough heat on it to get it through the infield for a leadoff single. One aboard for Diamond Club. Kai Douglas now bats.
Now batting the left fielder, number 12, Kai Douglas.
Way out of the zone on Selfo's first pitch to Kai Douglas. Number 3 batter Douglas, 1 for 1 single and a hit by pitch. He has batted in the first inning, the third inning, and now the 5th inning. The runner takes off. Here's Angle's throw. It's elevated down to second base, and McMaster's in with a stolen base. Taylor McMaster takes second. Selfo wide with that pitch. Kai Douglas moving into an advantage position in the at-bat, looking to plate the lead run, go-ahead run for Diamond Club. There's a strike for Selfo. Good pitch, working out to in on the righty. Douglas now with a strike against him. 2-1 count. Selfo's pitch fouled back, and Dom gets it to 2-2. Blake Young trots out to make the cleanup on the backstop. Selfo, the long looks, been checking second base with regularity too, does not hear, and fires a pitch through the swing of Kai Douglas. Good work from Selfo coming back with the strikeout after the leadoff single and stolen base. 1 away in the bottom of 5. And Blake Young, the center fielder, he's 0 for 1 walk and a strikeout today. Little in advance thank you to Alex Becker. He'll call a doubleheader on the Front Range Baseball Network from Greeley today. The Western Nebraska Pioneers at the Greeley Grays for 2 games. 4 o'clock Mountain Time starts the doubleheader on the Front Range Baseball Network. Western Nebraska Pioneers sitting in the third spot in the standings in the Front Range League, and right on the heels of the Boulder 64s. Today's game currently here in Arvada, one of 4 games today, 2 of them in Greeley with the Pioneers and Grays doubleheader. And the Miracles of Colorado Springs and Boulder 64s in Boulder fouled off right side. Miracles and 64s at Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder tonight, 6:05 Mountain Time. 4 games at 3 locations today, a busy slate tomorrow. 5 games with all teams in action, 1 doubleheader in the mix. Big swing on a breaking pitch that gets Blake Young and Dom Selfo going to the breaking ball. 2 down. Good work from Selfo on the number 3 and number 4 batters. Max Matusi with McMaster at second. Cale Corridon on deck. Corridon 0 for 2. Matusi in right now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Foul back, attacking on pitch 1. That foul ball rattled the camera over. I'll try to get that tweaked back over and balance out your bags between innings. Near miss on the foul back by Matusi, who shot that off the backstop. Shook it up a little bit. Runner, pretty good lead at second. Won't go anywhere. Good pitch from Selfo. Missed as it worked down and in. Ball to Matusi. Four games today, 5 tomorrow. And again, everybody in action tomorrow. 4 venues happening and all 8 teams playing. This pitch is hit over Owen May at second base and will give Diamond Club the lead. 2-out single punched over second base by Max Matusi. RBI base hit for Matusi. Scores Taylor McMaster, who singled and stole second. That's enough to get around on the bloop single from Matusi, part of the Betty Bloop Club. Make it 4-3 Diamond Club back in the lead in the bottom of the 5th of a 9-inning ball game. Long way to go here. Still got a lot of work to do, but Diamond Club, even a little more so than the Miracles did last night with Boulder 64s in Colorado Springs, hung with them deep in that game. And we got even a better challenge being put up here from Diamond Club against the front runners in the Front Range League. Strike to Corridon on a pitch that fooled him. Got the swing. Runner takes off for 2. Vinny Engel's throw. Skips to Owen May, who's way up in front of the bag. Can't reach back enough to get the tag. Had to close in on that to make a short hop pick. And again, Diamond Club sitting in scoring position with the steal from Matusi with 2 outs. Important bag there. Corridon looking for his first hit of the day. To increase the lead to 2 runs. Ball wide. This game's tomorrow. There's a doubleheader in Pueblo. Boulder 64s were in Colorado Springs last night. They're back home tonight, and then they're down to Pueblo. So they are slowly extending the range, conditioning themselves last night with the trip to Springs and back up to Boulder, and then they'll bust it all the way to Pueblo, to the southernmost point of the Front Range League for a doubleheader tomorrow, 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock Mountain Time. Pitch down, ball to Corridon. Again, the Boulder 64s double in Pueblo at Runyon Sports Complex, the historic spot that breathes baseball and century of baseball. Bradley Collegians hosting the 64s at 4 o'clock for the start of 2 games, 4 o'clock Mountain Time. Down again from Selfo, and Corridon pretty disciplined on that AB. He'll take a walk, first and second with 2 outs. Mac Dossie walking a single in the game. He's back in.
Now batting the right fielder, number 4.
Put 2 on with 2 outs. Got the delay glitch in the bug again. I've got it updated on my side, but a little bit laggy in the catch-up, I believe. It's 4-3. Diamond Club does have the lead. 4-3 the score. Ball wide of the zone. Diamond Club scored their first run with no hits. They had no hits in the first, left a couple aboard. 1 run on no hits in the second, with Dossie walking and scoring in the inning. Selfo's pitch, chopped towards short. Hella gets a big hop at the end of it. Nice play by Ronan Hella. That was a tough ball at the end of that. Took a big high bounce and a good reaction glove above his head to flag that down. Run scores if Ronan Hella doesn't pull off that glove work. Dossie grounds out to short. And 2 are stranded for Diamond Club, but they get 1 in and retake the lead. 1 run on 2 hits in the inning. Diamond Club with 5 hits in the game now. They've scored 4 and have the lead over the Foxes by a run for Fort Collins in the 6th inning. Drew Oreskes, the number 8 batter, will start it off for Fort Collins.
2 hits, no Fox errors, and 1 left on base.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's supposed to be hard,
always in
Bobby.
your
If it wasn't
killing
hard,
me.
you
Everyone
can't
would
steal
do
second
it.
base
The
and
hard
keep your foot
is what
on
makes
first.
it great. You want to have a catch, Smalls? First pitching change of the day for Diamond Club with Liam McGrew, the righty, now on. Pitched here at Ralston Valley in high school. Facing Drew Oreskes to open the Foxes' top of the 6th. Monterey Peninsula Bay collegiately, where Liam continues his baseball days. Same for Blake Young of Diamond Club, the center fielder 4 batter today. And that's the same spot where Ross Frank, who just graduated Rocky Mountain High School, is headed for his freshman year in the fall. Pretty sure Ross is here today, not pitching, but tends to be on the roadies. I cannot confirm that I've had a Ross sighting, although I I thought I did see him a minute ago, just kind of a quick glance as I was standing on the top of a ladder, adjusting the camera back a little bit between innings. Now trying to catch my breath. There's a strikeout pitch. Liam McGrew opens it up. He's following up for Matthew Lighthall, who went a strong 5, and Liam McGrew gets a strikeout for 1 away. On the throw down to third, Tanner Gertz took a shot around the horn from a strikeout. Was dirted and took a chunk, I think, out of the chin maybe of Tanner Gertz. Number 9 batter, Ronan Hella, shortstop, now up. Bullpen activity for the Foxes. Can't see, it's blocked by, can see the catcher, but can't see the pitcher in the bullpen, blocked by the dugout. But there is action over there for the Foxes. From the shape of the pitch that just went in, Hella's got a base hit. 2 hops it to the left fielder on a rocket through the left side of the infield. Ronan Hella, base hit. That got out quickly to Kai Douglas in left field. Top of the order for the Foxes. And based on the shape of the pitch, I can see from the bullpen, it looks like a righty is probably throwing. Right-hander is most likely in the pen, but again, can't see the pitcher at all. McGrew wide of the zone to top of the order, Larry Haskins. 0 for 2 with a walk, Haskins. Outside, then inside for a 2-0 count. I was standing on the top of the ladder, you know, that part, that flat part above the last step, the very top, the cap of it that says, "Do not stand here." I just did that. And now admitted it publicly, so authorities could be on the way. Mulvaney goes down low to keep a back pick on the infield. Hella diving back. Talk about the dog days of the season and the grind here through the back part of July. In the 90s, the degrees again today. Haskins has a walk pitch, Larry aboard. Single followed by a walk. Foxes have 2 on. They trail by 1. Standings in the Front Range League.
Now batting the center fielder, number 29, Elijah Morales.
Elijah Morales takes strike 1. Two aboard and 1 out. Morales on the day, 0 for 2 with a walk. His walk was an RBI in the 4th. He drove a run home with his free pass. Hella jumping around on his lead. This ball popped up on the infield, and in comes the shortstop. McMaster calls ball. Infield fly is the call. That's an automatic out of the batter. Runner stay put. Ball caught by McMaster. Good second out for Liam McGrew, getting the pop out of Elijah Morales.
Now batting the third baseman, number 9, Phoenix.
Changes the situation here. Loosens up the defense a little bit. As it stands now, outs at every bag available with first and second occupied. Phoenix West, first pitch, chops it foul down the first baseline. West been hitting well this year, 0 for 3 today. He'd be in that due category. Got a strike against him. Ball up and away. 2 outs to Phoenix West. Chopper gets, McGrew got it. He snow-coned it. I was going to say gets over the head of McGrew, but he hung in the air long enough to glove that ball. And the runners are stranded. Leave them at first and second for the Foxes. With a single from Hella, he's left at second. Walk to Haskins, he's stranded at 1. Phoenix West grounds out to pitcher on a chopper that Liam McGrew made a leaping play and just got a bit of the baseball in his glove, held onto it, and made the out. So to the bottom of the 6th inning we go with Diamond Club still up 4-3 on the Foxes. Diamond Club bats with 8, 9, and 1. Mulvaney, Ritchie, and Gertz.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Can of Whoop. We all want to dominate. We all have those moments when we just can't find that next gear. When you can't find that next gear, try Can of Whoop. Pop the top and pour it on. Can of Whoop. Pop the top and pour it on.
Ball yard baseball. Ball yard baseball.
Australian Ryan Othen from Melbourne pitches at Antelope Valley CC in California. He's on now for the Foxes. Othen, next pitcher up for Fort Collins. With Brock Mulvaney opening the frame for the offense of Diamond Club. 0 for 2 on the day. Mulvaney takes inside. Othen takes over. Matthew Eubanks went 3 innings for the Foxes, just 2 hits allowed, 3 runs, all earned, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and a hit by pitch. Little controlled trouble for Eubanks in the start, but he got through 3 with allowing 3 runs. Dominic Selfo went 2 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 run that was earned, 3 strikeouts in 2 innings for Selfo and 1 walk. Eubanks went 66 pitches as the starter today, splitting his strikes and balls 33 each. Dom Selfo, 20 strikes on 41 pitches, 20 strikes, 21 balls. Chopper from Mulvaney, May charges and fires over to Hank Smith, 1 away. Vinny Engel calls out good Othen to the new pitcher on the hill. As Ryan took a couple pitches to find the zone and then got the ground ball from the number 8 batter. Casey Ritchie now 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a fly out. Pitch to the backstop goes 1-0 on the count to Ritchie. In 5 innings of work today, Matthew Lighthall, 102 pitches, 4 hits for the Diamond Club starter, 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks for Lighthall, 102 pitches, 54 strikes in the mix there, 48 balls, So no pitcher has been heavy on the strike efficiency, but the score compared to the vast majority of Front Range League games sitting at a very conservative, very limited 4-3 in the 6th inning. Light on the offense compared to most of what we've seen through the year. Othen comes to the plate. Like that might have been a slider that was sent away by Ritchie. It's had a little something on it for movement. Bases clear. 9-batter Ritchie. The pitch broke away from the zone. Vinny Engel snapped it back. Ball called. 3-2 count. There's a bending pitch that got the zone. Nicely done by Othen. Looking at strike 3, Ritchie is out. Top of the order with bases clear. Foxes like that situation. Nobody on for the top here with Gertz. Fastball up and away. Othen snaps the receive of the throwback from Engel. Frustrated with that pitch. Got the strike call on one that again worked off the edge and away, moving away, and it's clips the zone for a 1-1 count to Gertz. 2 walks and a ground out for Tanner. Three-one count with a pitch up. Othen's pitch on 3-1 is going to send Gertz aboard. That ball bounces off the backstop, rolls back out between the plate and the mound. Othen asks for time to change out the baseball. Gertz aboard with 2 away. On the walk, his 3rd of the day, 0 for 1 with a ground out and 3 walks. Gertz has scored once today. He's on board, hoping to make it a 2-run margin. We've got a lot to do here, though. A lot of work with 2 outs to get him around. Taylor McMaster will take the first piece of that process. Ball 1. Elijah Morales in center field, straight out behind the mound. Tossed both hands up in that questioning gesture on that pitch. Center fielder thought it looked pretty good with where that one wound up. Othen comes at it with a 1-0 to McMaster. He's wide for 2-0. A little breeze blowing. That's appreciated by everybody on a 91-degree day in Arvada, Colorado. Gertz at first. Playing it pretty low-key over there. Not a lot of movement from Gertz. 2-1 count now. You had a 2-0 there. You're letting the count develop. Now Gertz changes the mentality here. If you get to 2 strikes, for sure you're going. Does not go on this pitch. 3-1 count. So as a base runner, if you risk the steal, teammate in an advantage count, want to see if you can let him work to push you along to second base on a walk. 3-1. McMaster in a good position here. And he laid off, and yeah, they're going to call that an offer. Appeal it out to the middle of the diamond. Strike is indicated. McMaster had taken off his elbow guard to head down to first on a ball call. He reassembles the protective gear on his left arm and gets back in the box. 3-2. Gertz will be heading off with the pitch on 3-2 away. And a strike pitch. Good pitch from Othen, who was resuscitated in that count by the appeal and a strike call in the middle of the infield from the field ump. And then a great pitch from Othen. Third out, and we have finished 6 innings, and it's 4-3. Home team, Diamond Club, up by 1 on the Foxes, who have Bertucci to lead it off. 0 for 3 on the day, a couple pop-outs and a fly-out. Nick Bertucci, then Hank Smith, then Owen May.
That's the end of the 6th inning here at J. Field. Our score 4-3. Diamond.
First pitch to Nick Bertucci from Liam McGrew. It's a breaking ball. That's strike 1. One count. McGrew up above the zone with that pitch. Talking about the big slate today and tomorrow. 9 games in the league between the 2 days. 8-team league. Pitch missed, 2-1 count. The Wednesday slate, Grays are at Diamond Club for another morning game. That's tomorrow. There's a strike. Nice pitch down and in from McGrew. So back here for another 11 a.m. Mountain Time start tomorrow. Greeley Grays, Diamond Club. I'll be here for that one tomorrow after I'll be in Boulder tonight. Wide of the zone, full count to Bertucci. Miracles and 64s in Boulder tonight in a rematch of last night's game in Colorado Springs, won by the 64s. McGrew's 3-2, got a swing and a miss from Bertucci. Big first out in the top of the 7th. So tomorrow it's 11 a.m. Mountain Time, Greeley Grays, Diamond Club Collegians, and then the doubleheader in Pueblo at Runyon Sports Complex. Kristen Mulvaney is probably the coolest person out here at Journey Field. Hot dog delivery right to the countertop. Thanks, Kristen. Doubleheader in Pueblo, 4 o'clock Mountain Time tomorrow. NOCO Prospectors at Colorado Springs, the Miracles at 6:35. I'll be there for that one, too, after being here at Diamond Club in the morning. And then Foxes at Pioneers in Gering, Nebraska, Oregon Trail. That's also a 6:35 Mountain Time start. Thursday, the Miracles host the Prospectors in Colorado Springs. I get to see that one. And Foxes are at Pioneers again. This is tall to left, just in front of the fence, right at the fence. That ball was up against the wall. Hank Smith charged it out there. Hank with a ground rule double to a similar location on the outfield fence earlier in the game in the fourth, and he puts one right against the fence in left, back hitting the fence for Kai Douglas as he caught it. Literally. You can't make that stuff up. Well, you could, but in that case, I didn't. That was just shy of a game-tying solo shot for Hank Smith. Owen May, the second baseman, he's 1 for 2 on the day. He has the home run for the Foxes in the fourth. Followed Hank Smith's ground rule double. McGrew got the outer edge. McGrew will happily take that spot. Owen May to be followed by Vinny Angle, and Angle is on deck. He'll hold his spot. No pinch hitter coming for the Foxes. Strike. Down and away. Good spot. And 2 strikes now. 3-2 the count. McGrew's pitch. Fouled away by May. Off to the street. Diamond Club Collegians leading by 1 in the top of 7 of a 9-inning game. They played on Sunday. Doubleheader at Pueblo. There's a miss to Owen May that puts him aboard with 2 outs. Second consecutive walk for Owen May, walking in the 5th and the 7th. Diamond Club had an off day yesterday. They go back-to-back with a game today and a game tomorrow. Foxes of Fort Collins and the Greeley Grays both here in Arvada. 6-game losing streak for Diamond Club, trying to put an end to that. Vinny Angle on the first pitch, lobs that to center. Blake Young eases over and works a little bit to the left field side of center for the catch. Vinny Angle flies out. 7 innings of offense done for the Foxes. They trail 4-3 Fort Collins. Diamond Club would like to pad the advantage. They're on 3, 4, and 5. Kai Douglas, Blake Young, Max Matusi coming up in the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch from Nate Journey Field in Arvada, with the hosting Diamond Club Collegians leading the Fort Collins Foxes 4-3. Kai Douglas, bottom of the 7th for Diamond Club. Pitching change for the Foxes. Drew DeVries now on. Ryan Othen went 1 inning for the Foxes. Got 3 outs and 4 batters, getting a ground out, strikeout, a walk then to the leadoff man Gertz, and a strikeout of McMaster. 2 Ks for Othen. He's done. Strike from DeVries. This inning is brought to you by, or not brought to you by, but it's disrupted by Hot Dog. Trying to struggle through my freebie from the concession stand. Thanks for the consideration. Breaking ball for a strike. Nice pitch from DeVries. There's a swing and a miss. That's a strike. It's loose. Throw down to first is good. Hank Smith is there, receiving from Vinny Engel. Drop third, throw out of Kai Douglas. Well, the score bug is once again all updated in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out and nobody aboard. But it appears to be maybe a little laggy again. It's bottom of 7, 1 away, nobody on, 4-3 the count. The score in favor of Diamond Club. Strike on the outside edge. Nice pitch to Blake Young. DeVries, big righty, bends a pitch that Blake Young puts a barrel to, sends it to right center on a clean base hit. Single for Blake Young with 1 out.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 44, Max Matuzzi.
Today's pitching parade for the Foxes. 4 arms have been up. Drew DeVries making his 8th appearance now. Ball to Matuzzi with 1 on, 1 out. No starts, all relief appearances for Drew DeVries. Just over 7 innings pitched, 7 1/3 before today. So 7 appearances and averaging just a very small fraction above 1 inning per appearance for DeVries. He's a guy who's been put in to do a job, get an out. Phoenix West charging into that ball was probably not going to be a double play ball because of the pace of that ball toward third, but West was too high on it. It tipped off the end of his webbing and down into the grass below Phoenix. Error at third base puts 2 aboard with 1 out.
Now batting the second baseman, number 14, Kale Corrigan.
DeVries maybe hoping that could be a DP ball. It was pretty slow. I don't know if they would have gotten both runners on that ball, but none of them are out. First and second with Matuzzi on at first, Young to second. Cale Corrigan batting with 1 down. DeVries averaging a strikeout per inning and a little more than a walk per inning, so he's had 1 of each typically in his frames. He's got 1 strikeout in this inning, only out of the bottom of 7. DeVries above the zone on that pitch. 6'3" righty. Pitch is at Dordt University. Drew from the Omaha area. Looks back at second base. Corrigan fouls that back to the backstop. Train just made its way by behind us. One of my favored features of this park. Nice mountain views, beautiful views. You can gaze out at your screen above the tall profile of pitcher Drew DeVries. Front range of the Rocky Mountains. Pretty nice looking sky today. Above that, this ball jam shot. That's going to be a double play ball. Corden lobbed it towards second, and Blake Young off the bag far enough. He wasn't going to be able to get back on that. That was shot to Owen May, who was moving towards second base when he made the catch. Easy couple steps for May. And it's a double play pop out that'll close out a little threat from Diamond Club. Seventh inning is closed, and a pitching change coming for Diamond Club. They had Liam McGrew follow up Matthew Lighthall for 2. Now Luis Lepe, the lefty, going to work the 8th with his team up 4-3. Diamond Club in the lead.
2 left on base. After 7 innings of play, 4-3 are scored. Diamond Club with the
Hey, it's Max Alpha, head coach, manager, governor, executive, chief of Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite in my 5-ton pickup truck that I bought at Cartropolis. One of my 4 vehicles, one of only 6 total vehicles in the village of Sugar Lake. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite tryouts are coming up. Be there if you want to be elite. We only take people who are better than everybody else. If you want to be the best, be at tryouts. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. Do not look at our record on Game Changer. We're the elitist. We will cover airfare for anybody across the globe who believes they're better than anybody else. We'll pay for you to be at our tryout. Don't miss it. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. We're just better than you.
Ball yard baseball. Ball yard baseball.
Lefty on lefty, Lepe and Oreskes chopper to first. Mulvaney gloves it and makes it back to the bag for the first out. Brock Mulvaney then fires the throw around over the head of shortstop McMaster, but that matters way less than that out. Never a fun way to punctuate an out, but never bad to get the out. 1 away. Number 8 batter Oreskes is down. Ronan Hella. You get 1 pitch and 1 out for the lefty Lepe against the lefty Oreskes. Now he bounces one through to Lepe. Douglas, Wyoming, hometown for Luis. Midland University in Nebraska. Lepe's pitch, swing and a miss for Ronan Hella. So I mentioned Diamond Club. They had yesterday off. They've had kind of an on-off schedule since last Wednesday. Hella bouncer to third. Gertz deflects it to McMaster, who gets the deflection, makes the throw, and safe at 1 is Ronan Hella. Gertz reaching to the shortstop side of his body, couldn't flag it down. He's limping around a little bit out behind third. McMaster was behind him and made a pretty good throw on a deflected ball to the shortstop. Hella beats it out for a single. Diamond Club played on Wednesday, lost to Western Nebraska. First pitch, Haskins fouls away, right side out of play. Then they played on Friday 2 games against Western Nebraska after a Thursday irrigation out. They were beaten by 10 runs in every game at Oregon Trail Park against the Pioneers. Bouncing pitch, Ritchie holds on to it. Losing 14-4, 11-1, and 15-5. And then losses after a Saturday off. 2 losses at Pueblo, 14-3 and 11-5. 6-game losing streak for Diamond Club. They're leading 4-3 in the 8th with Lepe hitting the zone here against the top of the order with 1 out, 1 on. Chopper, that's going to get to shortstop, and McMaster botched the catch on it. He tried to glove catch it, and he's going to make a glove flip to Corridon. It's a tough, quick read play. The advisable play there might have been he was running toward first, might have been just to take the out at first, but he tried to get the flip back to 2. And an E6 and a reach for Haskins, and the Foxes are mounting a problem here for Diamond Club with 1 out, now 2 aboard, and Elijah Morales 0 for 3 on the day, 1 walk. Lepe working pretty well here. He got a ground out to first, a ground ball to third that was a tough play for Gertz, reaching. It was headed toward the hole. He deflected it and gave McMaster, the shortstop, a chance on the deflection to make a throw out. Couldn't beat Hella down the line. Now ground ball to the middle. And Morales spanks one to right. That's over. Dossie got a glove on it, can't catch it. And 1 run is in. 2nd run will be held up. And nope, that run's not in. Cancel that. I got ahead of it. Hella had to hold on at second base because Dossie did get to it in right and got a glove on it. Bounced off his glove. He picks it up, throws out. Ronan Hella at the plate. No run for the Foxes. And the defense comes through after not doing that for Lepe on a couple previous balls. Morales has a double, but the throw out at the plate of Hella. 2 away. Lead still intact. Haskins at third, Morales at second. Lepe's pitch, Phoenix West lasers that foul wide of first base on a pull shot. Can Lepe and Diamond Club hold off this threat? Here's West on a lefty-lefty delivery. He swats that up above third. It's over toward the side fencing, and McMaster Gertz will watch it bounce out of play beyond their reach. Lepe working on the lefty. He's got 2 strikes against West. Base hit. Foxes take the lead late. Out. Diamond Club would go to their final 3 outs of defense with a 1-run lead if Lepe can get West. Big spot for Phoenix. Big pitch for Luis. Wind blows a little harder across from right to left, and a bending pitch. West held off. Good work behind the plate. Casey Ritchie doing a nice job behind the dish. Even higher stakes right now on that ball down in the synthetic turf circle. The tying run standing down at third base. Lepe's pitch is foul. Swatted down the third baseline by West. Phoenix in battle mode. Phoenix West toes in almost to the white lines of the inside part of the left side batter's box near home plate. Knob of the bat hanging over the inside edge of the plate. Now he raises the hands up. Lepe sends it. Bouncing, and Richie blocks it. Nick Bertucci is on deck. 0 for 4 on the day is Bertucci. West also has an 0 for 4 going. Lepe shakes no to the first sign from Richie. Now affirms the next one. Pitch from Lepe. Bounced it again and got a full count. Casey Ritchie has excelled in this at-bat, grinding the battery here against West. Count is full. First base is unoccupied. Tying run at third. Go-ahead run for the Foxes at second. Lepe's pitch. Missed it. This to the backstop. Runner coming. And the game's tied on a walk and a wild pitch. Haskins scores. First and third with West taking first, and Morales moving up on the bounced pitch to the backstop. Time taken. Tyler Novotny, pitching coach for Diamond Club, coming out as the Foxes have evened it up in the top of the 8th. Now Diamond Club clinging on here, trying to get out of here with a tie. Still a threat to deal with. Kind of like that big cloud out over left center. Don't think that's going to threaten us much at this moment. Appears this game's going to cruise through without that kind of a problem. Good contest in Arvada today. Fort Collins Foxes, 24-3 record on the year. They are front running in the Front Range League, 3.5 games up on Boulder 64s. Foxes haven't played since Friday when they took 2 at Pueblo at Runyon over the Spradley Collegians. Foxes, looks like a 12-game winning streak they're on right now. Pitch is wide to Nick Bertucci. A 12-game winning streak for the Foxes follows another 12-gamer they had before a loss to Boulder on June 22. Foxes haven't played since Friday. Now playing on this Tuesday, Bertucci's going to plate more runs, and he hit that out of the yard on a laser shot. Nick Bertucci, exit stage left. Might have broken the fourth wall there to center. That one had some heat and got out of here quickly. Home run for Bertucci, and the Foxes have a 3-run lead.
Now back to first baseman number 12, Hank Smith.
That ball is yard.
Hank Smith takes ball 1. As the Foxes, for the first time today, have taken a lead. They went down 1-0, got down 3-0, tied it at 3. Diamond Club retook the lead in the 5th at 4-3 and held that into the 8th. This 4-run frame pushes it to 7-4 in favor of the Foxes. Inside to Hank Smith. Kind of a matter of time situation for Bertucci, who was 0 for 4 on the day. 2 pop-outs, a fly-out, a strikeout, and Bertucci pounds one out of here. That thing was a laser line out over left center. Hank Smith follows that with a walk as Lepe had the 2 away.
Now batting the second baseman number 34.
Good battle with Phoenix West, who passed the baton. West fouling off pitches, drew a walk, a wild pitch on ball 4. Tied the game with Haskins scoring. That at-bat from Phoenix West found a way to get the offense into the hands of Bertucci, who did not disappoint. And Owen May has the other Fox's home run today. He's in with 2 walks his last 2 times up. May, good hack, fouls it off. Deflator for Diamond Club. Obviously not done yet, but whole different psychology now in the third base dugout. They've got 7, 8, and 9 scheduled up in this bottom half coming up. When Lepe can get out of here, he's wide of the zone on that pitch. 2-1 count. Lepe's pitch, again wide. 3-1 count. Runner goes, and it's a walk pitch. Hank Smith stops, pulls up, soft steps into second base. He's safe there because it was a walk. The tag was on him, but that was irrelevant. Owen May puts 2 aboard. Catcher Vincent Angle. Vinny foul off, 0-1. 9th batter of the 8th inning for the Foxes. They batted around one other time. That was in the 4th. The Foxes have only scored in 2 frames, 3 runs in the 4th. All 9 came to the plate. Now 4 runs in the 8th. This is the 9th batter of this inning. Angle punches that into left, and that's going to plate another. Hank Smith cruises around second. He'll glide into home on an RBI soft shot from Vinny Angle, serving that out to left field. Ribby for Vinny. His first hit of the day. Courtesy runner be Nori Todd. Nori Todd runs for Vinny Angle. Foxes with a 5-run frame and the 10th man of the inning. Back to the guy who started all this. Again, it was a ground out to first base to Brock Mulvaney from Oreskes that started the inning. Diamond Club had 1 away. That was a first pitch swing from Oreskes against Lepe and a ground out. Play by Mulvaney at first. And since then, a lot has happened. Lepe's pitch, Oreskes liked it. He was ahead of it. Ticked it off the end of the bat, fouled. Ronan Hella waits on deck. He singled in this inning, was thrown out at the plate from right field when Hella had to hold up to see if Elijah Morales' ball was going to be caught or not. Tried to score from second, and Mac Dossie got that ball back in well. Hella scheduled to bat next if Oreskes keeps the inning alive. Jam shot, McMaster up the middle, steps on 2, and the Foxes take the lead in the 8th. Deep in this game, they hadn't led until this frame. But they put up a 5 spot in the top of the 8th, and the Foxes back to where they're used to being. They're on a 12-game winning streak. Just shoved themselves into a position to make it 13 after much doubt into the top of the 8th. Foxes now play with the lead at 8-4. Drew DeVries comes back out. Righty will continue on the hill for the Foxes against 7, 8, and 9 for Diamond Club. Dossie, Mulvaney, Ritchie. DeVries' first pitch to Mac Dossie sails over the top of Mac. Ball one back to the screen. Brock Mulvaney on deck, and Casey Ritchie will bat. Diamond Club has mustered, that ball is inside, 4 runs across 7 innings. Now they need 4 to get back to level with the Foxes. Eubanks, Selfo, Othen, and now DeVries, the 4-pitcher combo for the Foxes. 2-1 count. After that strike works the zone from Drew DeVries. Our second Dortian, Dort University, D-O-R-D-T in Iowa. Drew pitches at Dort along with Matthew Eubanks, the starter today. Drew Oreskes, Fox's DH, also a Dortian. Drew 2 hits in this game, 2 for 4 on the day. Ball working its way back. Vinny Engel called out on it, letting Hank Smith know that was gone. And the wind is blowing with a little bit of notability here. And that ball actually worked its way back. Yeah, Vinny Engel was talking down to first base or down to the dugout. He called out. Hank Smith didn't give up on it and caught it. A good 4 steps inside of the fencing. That ball curled back in. One out with Mulvaney up. DeVries can't find it against Mulvaney, who takes the walk. Never really had to work in that at-bat, Brock. He's on at first base. Those pitches really nowhere near. Don't know if the lefty threw him off a little bit. A lot of righties in this order for Diamond Club. I think Mulvaney's the guy. Gets that other side for the only time he's seeing it as a pitcher. Loses the zone, trying to find it back now against Casey Ritchie. Spins away, 2-0 count to Ritchie. Strike works there for DeVries. Little count check here. Two 2-1 count is confirmed. Ritchie to left field. That ball's down and rolling to the wall. Mulvaney coming around second. He'll end up at third. Double for Casey Ritchie from the number 9 spot in the order. Ritchie, extra base hit. Second and third for Diamond Club. Top of the order with Tanner Gertz.
Number 2, Tanner Gertz.
And a mound visit for the Foxes. Jay O'Connor heads out. After the double from Casey Ritchie at the bottom of the order puts Diamond Club in business with one away. Gertz to be followed by McMaster. Good bats coming. Talk out on the hill for the Foxes with Drew DeVries working in his second inning on the mound for the Foxes.
When I feel like, back when I feel like, I'm gonna get back when I feel like.
Base hit could cut the lead in half, down by 4, Diamond Club. DeVries' second pitch to Gertz on a 1-0 count. Got the outer edge, 1-1. Big righty sends it again. Chopped, and Mulvaney didn't take off. Now he'll go late. Smith coming to the plate with it. Safe is Smith coming to the plate with it. Safe is Mulvaney. Courtesy runner for Diamond Club is the previous pitcher in the game, Liam McGrew. He took off from second base and was coming into third base behind Brock Mulvaney. Brock waited. Brock aware he's not their speed guy, and he wasn't sure if he should go on that ground ball. Ronan Hella decided to go over to first base with it. Could have worked with the runners at second and third, but he takes the out. And Mulvaney just barely beats the throw right in front of Hank Smith's throw to the plate, tagged by Vinny Angle. McMaster fouls off. 8-5 the score now with Mulvaney safe. McMaster, big run available. Get it back to a 2-run margin. And McMaster knocks that into center field. Nori Todd has taken over. Oh, no, never mind. That's not true. I just looked up and looked back down. Used to see Nori in center. It's still Elijah Morales. That ball, a solid, clean single, and now a pitching change will be coming. McMaster, RBI single, makes it 8-6, scoring the courtesy runner Liam McGrew, running for the catcher Casey Ritchie. And Diamond Club still has it going here. Eric Bergquist, the reliever, coming on for the Foxes. Eric Bergquist on for the Foxes with Taylor McMaster, the runner at first base. Psychologically here for Diamond Club, interesting flow in this game. They had the lead. They're feeling like they might take down the Foxes. The Foxes score a 5 spot in the 8th inning. Take the lead, and it felt like due to teams. But we're still playing here with an 8-6 count. Diamond Club now in chase mode, and they've found a way offensively to get it going. Couple runs in this inning. Bergquist misses on his first 3 pitches, and Kai Douglas, Blake Young behind him, the 3 and 4 batters in the order. Douglas 1 for 3 on the day, single and a hit by pitch. Bergquist missed there. It's a 4-pitch walk to Douglas. That sends McMaster to second base. Blake Young, he's 1 for 3. Couple strikeouts, a walk, a single in the 7th. Now bats in the 8th.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 24, Blake Young.
Plot thickening here at Nate Journey Field in Arvada. Front Range League opener for today of 4 ball games on the schedule. Good one for the Foxes and Diamond Club. Now Bergquist goes to the zone, and Blake Young, after that 4-pitch walk to Douglas, had no intent to swing the bat. Now he's got a 1-strike count. Righty Bergquist looks back to second. Tying run at first base here, and Young, stage left. 3-run shot from Blake Young after yielding the lead in the top of the 8th. Diamond Club grabs it right back, a 3-run shot, and Young has put Diamond Club back in the driver's seat with the top of the 9th. What's coming next? They're back to playing for the possibility of knocking off the Foxes. 5 runs in the inning. That matches the output of the Foxes in the top of the frame. Holy, that was awesome from Blake Young. He destroyed that ball. Bergquist gives up the 3-run jack, and then he's inside on Max Matusi, who scoots away, looks a little bit back toward the mound. Wow, what a shot. Diamond Club got a good start out of Matthew Lighthall. He at the middle, base hit for Matusi. Max. Clean single. And the 9th batter of the inning for Diamond Club. Foxes sent 10 batters to the plate in the 8th. Scoring their 5 runs. Now 9 have come up for Diamond Club. They've got 5 runs. As this game progresses toward the 3-hour mark on a hot day in Arvada. Defense out there a long time here for the Foxes. Chopper down the line. That's going to be down the line and into the corner. Extra bags. That's going to score a run. Around comes Matusi. He'll score, and Cale Corridon sends an RBI double into the left field corner, bouncing it through the infield. Another run. Diamond Club, what a great answer. I was just talking about the psychology of playing with the lead and kind of a tense 1-run lead. And then all of a sudden you're down 4, and then they're playing in chase mode instead of protect mode. And they have answered beautifully. Talking about Lighthall, the starter, he's older than this roster. You know, you look at the vast majority of Diamond Club's roster, young guys, a lot of guys just out of high school. A lad from Chatfield, so he's been out for 4 years and had a stabilizing influence for sure at the start of this game, going 5 innings, throwing over 100 pitches, and giving up a few. He gave up 3 runs to the Foxes, but gave Diamond Club a whole different flow in the first half of this game. Credit to Matthew Lighthall with the start. And credit to the offense of Diamond Club. Facing good arms, Bergquist, a guy who started games for the Foxes. DeVries has thrown it well this season. Diamond Club earning this against opposition. Nori Todd is pinch hitting for the Fort Collins Foxes. Last bat for Fort Collins, with the Foxes down by 3, top of the 9th. Gone to audio mode. Looked like some heavy buffering going on, stream bumps happening. So talk you through this 9th. Todd grounds it past first baseman Mulvaney. Brock laid out and tried to flag it down on the second base side of his defensive spot at first, and Todd punches it through the infield. And Nori is aboard. That was Ronan Hella's number 9 spot that Todd batted in. First AB of the day for Nori Todd is a single. Mulvaney got a little piece of that on the dive, but it was a long reach for a guy who's got long wingspan. It's through the infield. Luis Lepe continues on the hill for Diamond Club, leading by 3 in the top of the 9th. Runner now at first. Haskins sends this to center. It's shallow of the track, and a reach up and grab in center field by Blake Young. Haskins hit that pretty well, and in a ballpark, 344 to center, and the gaps are not long. Anything up in the air deep makes you hold your breath for the defenders for a moment. That one hung up, and Blake Young, the center fielder, on the catch. Lepe has 1 out, 1 on. Elijah Morales, number 2 spot in the order for the Foxes. Ball to Morales. Pitch from Lepe. Spins one that missed the zone. 2-0 count. Elijah Morales up now. Phoenix West on deck. Nick Bertucci behind him. Bertucci, a 3-run home run in the 8th. It would take 3 here to keep it alive for the Foxes. Morales hits it through the left side. 5.5 hole for Morales. Elijah singles, and Nori Todd moves to second. Diamond Club grinding for outs here. Those 2 runners, essentially, they don't care about those guys. The 2 aboard only make it 11-10. Diamond Club trying to break the 6-game losing streak. This would be a signature win of the season for this young Diamond Club roster, but they're in trouble here with the heart of the order. Tying run at the plate. Short porches all the way around on the outfield fence, reachable with a decently hit ball, and West, lefty on lefty. Lepe to Phoenix West, who had a great at-bat last inning to get Bertucci up. And he's going to wear one here, and the tying run is aboard. Hit by pitch for Phoenix West. Luis Lepe ran into turbulence in the 8th inning, facing 10 batters. Has 1 away here, bases full. And Bertucci, here comes Tyler Novotny. Pitching coach for Diamond Club visiting the mound. It's just Novotny and Lepe with the catcher Richie. The infielders stay put. Foxes everywhere. Nori Todd at third. He's chatting with the third base dugout. Elijah Morales at second. Phoenix West at first. Logan Gutterman coaching first base for the Foxes. In a jam. Bertucci repeats the feat. He puts the Foxes back on top. This is an interesting spot here with Bertucci. Gotten him 4 times today, but he homered off of Lepe, the same pitcher last inning. He's going to lift this pop-up on the infield. That's going to be, should be an infield fly. It is. There's the indication. Luis Lepe gets a huge out, inducing a pop-up from Nick Bertucci. And Hank Smith with 2 outs.
Now batting the first baseman, number 12, Hank Smith.
No runs in yet in the inning, but the chance to flip the scoreboard is sitting there. Strike 1 to Smith. It's lefty-lefty. Hank Smith, a left-handed batter. Lepe, the lefty, working from the third base side of the pitching rubber. Down with that pitch. He's got a 1-1 count. He fired strike 1 to Smith. Now goes down at plate level for a 1-1. Hank, a double and a couple walks in the game. He's going to take a ball there. Luis Lepe and his catcher, Casey Ritchie, wanted it. Not granted their wish. Pitch to Hank Smith. Shoots that through the right side. Base hit for Smith. Up comes Dossie. Going to hold Morales at third. 1 run is in. Good throw from Mac Dossie. Station to station. Base hit for Hank Smith. Keeps him loaded and pushes in a run for the Foxes with Nori Todd scoring. It's 11-9. RBI single from Smith. Keeps the machine moving for the Foxes with Owen May up. May has a home run on the day. Takes ball 1. Strikeout his first time up in the second inning. He homered in the fourth, a 2-run shot. He's got the bases loaded right now. 3 walks in a row now for May in the 5th, 7th, and 8th. And he's going to jam this towards second. Can Diamond Club convert it? Flip to second, and they've got it. And Diamond Club on the fielder's choice in the middle of the diamond, the first non-Boulder 64s team to beat the Fort Collins Foxes. Foxes 24-3 on the season before this game with a 12-game winning streak there. 3 losses all to Boulder. 24-4 now, the mark for the Foxes, and that snaps a 12-game winning streak for the Foxes. It breaks a 6-game losing streak for Diamond Club as the Diamond Club Collegians on their home field get a feel-good win. What a day for the dudes from Diamond Club who face a test every time you see this daunting lineup. Good arms for the Foxes, and Diamond Club finds a way, picking up their 7th win on the season. Boulder 64s play tonight and can get within 2.5 games of the Foxes in the first position in the standings with the Western Nebraska Pioneers also on the chase. They're playing 2 today. They could make a move up in the battle up at the top. What a win for Diamond Club. Congratulations to Brad Mulvaney and the Collegians, who gave up a heavy frame in the 8th, gave up 5 and went down 8-4. They answered themselves with 7 in the bottom of the 8th and hang on for the 11-9 decision over the Fort Collins Foxes. Diamond Club back in action tomorrow again here in Arvada. They'll be hosting the Greeley Grays tomorrow at 11 o'clock Mountain Time. will Diamond Club, fresh off of an invigorating win for them. Grays at 11 a.m. Mountain. And the Foxes, they'll be back at it tomorrow, heading up to Gering, Nebraska, the Foxes, where they'll play the Western Nebraska Pioneers on Wednesday and Thursday, 6:30 p.m., 6:35 p.m. Mountain Time starts for the Foxes. Well, for Fort Collins, sometimes you need that little bit of a reset. They had a 12-game winning streak earlier this year from June 1 through June 20. Lost on June 22 to the Boulder 64s by 3 runs. Since June 22, the Foxes have run off another 12 wins. And today, see that 12-game, their second 12-game winning streak come to an end at the hands of the Diamond Club Collegians. Again, a big commendation to Matthew Lighthall, the starter for Diamond Club, who came in today making his first start for Diamond Club, a little more veteran collegiate-level player on a young roster, gives him 5 good innings of stabilizing, mature baseball, throws over 100 pitches. I think it was 102 on the day, and gets him through a little more than half of the pitching load. And then the Collegians with Liam McGrew and Luis Lepe find a way to finish off the Fort Collins Foxes with the offense surging at the end. And the final count today from Nate Journey Field in Arvada, Diamond Club 11, Fort Collins Foxes 9. I'm heading to the game schedule now to put up the score, which will update the standings. FrontRangeLeague.com is the website, FrontRangeLeague.com. First year of the Front Range League in the Rocky Mountain Front Range in Colorado and up into Nebraska. That's where you can find all things FRL at FrontRangeLeague.com, including if you click on the standings. That's hosted by Fort Collins Baseball Club. You click standings, it'll jump you over to a Fort Collins Baseball Club page, and that score is now in. Those standings are now updated with Diamond Club enjoying an 11-9 win today. Collegians of Diamond Club now 7-20 on the year, and trying to stay ahead of the Grays and the Miracles in that lower pack, trying to chase down the Prospectors first out of NOCO, see if they can make a run up toward the head of the class. Fox is still a 3-game lead over the 64s out of Boulder and a 4-game lead over the Western Nebraska Pioneers. More action on the Front Range Baseball Network today with our midday opener matinee contest in the books with the Foxes and Diamond Club. Doubleheader coming from Greeley, the Grays hosting the Western Nebraska Pioneers, 4 p.m. Mountain Time on the Front Range Baseball Network, thanks to Alex Becker, who will call the doubleheader in Greeley. And I'm headed to Boulder tonight, Scott Carpenter Park, a 6:05 Mountain Time start from Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder. El Paso County Baseball Miracles and Boulder 64s in a rematch of last night's run rule in Colorado Springs, 64s winning 16-6 in a game that stayed close until the 7th inning at 9-6, and then the 64s broke it open to run rule it. They'll meet again tonight in Boulder Miracles and 64s at 6:05 Mountain Time tonight on the Front Range Baseball Network. Congrats to Diamond Club, 11-9, the first non-Boulder 64s team to beat the Foxes in league play this year. Diamond Club has the 11-9 win. And be back here tomorrow for the Grays and Diamond Club. And I'll talk to you tonight from Boulder. Until then, so long from Arvada.